All right, that should be better because I just changed over to. That should be better. I just changed over to a new or to a different Wi-Fi signal. I have two Wi-Fi's running through the house, and I think what happened is that it went to the weaker of the two Wi-Fi's. I won't name which provider that is, but I had to change it to the stronger one, which is Verizon. The stronger one is Verizon. I won't name the other one. So, welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to our Friday Food Wish program. And today we are going to be making biscuits and gravy, sausage gravy and biscuits, a good old country meal. And Freedom, I'm not telling. I don't want to blast them. I don't want to blast them. But today we're going to be making a good old country meal. I know Freedom can appreciate that. What took me so long getting started today is because I couldn't get my pastry cutters. I bought a whole bag of them, and I'm tearing the house up looking for them. I don't know where I put them or someone put them, so unfortunately I'm going to be using this lid, this top, in order to cut my biscuits, which isn't exactly the size I wanted. It's a little bit smaller than the size I wanted, but it's going to have to make do today. All right, so for the sausage gravy, I'm going to do the sausage gravy last because it actually cooks pretty quickly. So this will give us enough time to prepare the biscuits first, get them in the oven, and then be able to prepare the sausage gravy afterwards so that we can plate everything up at around the same time, hopefully. So Freedom says small biscuits work for him. Any biscuits probably work for him as well. So what we're going to start out with is 2 cups of flour. And I'm not just using any type of flour. I am using white lily flour. White lily flour is a softer flour, and sometimes if you just use the regular flour that you would get at the store, it won't make your biscuits as light, fluffy, and flaky. So use the white lily flour. Unfortunately, I would have used the white lily self-rising flour, but they didn't have the self-rising flour. So I'm getting 2.5 cups. And all they had was the regular white lily flour, so I'm using that. Or you could also use a mixture of the regular enriched flour and mix it with some pastry flour. That would also work. Yeah, the feed dropped because I got a phone call from my brother, and I thought my brother would know that I'm doing my program. Thanks, Mel. All right, anyway, I got my 2.5 cups of flour. This is the craziest show I've ever done. I'm actually feeling a little bit out of it right now, so hopefully, all right, I'm going to take y'all off of here and bring y'all over here. So I've got 2 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of flour. To that, I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of baking powder. So got my baking powder, and check out this baking powder tin. Isn't that nice and convenient? How they have that, they've got a nice little lip there, so you can actually check out my rack, my tools. So they've got a little lip there that you can actually level everything off with. So that's I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to use 2.5 tablespoons of baking powder. think probably should have left this on the thing, because this is kind of hard to do with one hand. All right, so I've got that, and then 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So I'm using some sea salt. One and a half. One hand, Johnny. Yeah, that's because you're not here, No Weed Eats. Why aren't you here doing my camera, dog? All right. So I've got that. We got that in there. All right. Close this up. Flour can't go too far because I will be using that flour again. And now I'm going to, there's a battle. There's a battle between butter and shortening. Some people say you go shortening or lard. Some people say butter and butter only. Today, what I'm going to do is half and half. You get the flavor of the butter and you get the flakiness that comes from the shortening. You'll substitute one for the, if you substitute one for the other, you're actually substituting something, either flavor or flakiness. So I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of butter, so half a stick of butter. And the way I'm going to do this is actually take a grater, and not the largest end, but like the second largest one. I'm going to grate my butter on there. And that's going to help this to evenly distribute. Now, this has to be frozen butter. This is frozen butter, so it's easily grating, just like cheese would. And that's just going to help to be able to incorporate the butter into there a little bit better. Get nice. So here, let me give a little camera view of that. Let's take a look at what we got over here. So there's the butter. To that, I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of shortening. This time, this is what I got a tripod for. We're going to use the tripod that just fell down behind me. And did my tripod just break? I don't know. Everything else is broken today. Why not? Why not? So, yeah, whoops is right. Wish I had a partner here. Wish I had a partner here. Sazzy, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I know, Freedom. It takes me a little while. Once I get it, I get it. Sometimes it takes me a little while longer. All right, so I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of shortening. Something I didn't do, which I'm going to have to try to... I didn't mix in that other stuff together first, which I should have done before I added the flour. So I'm going to move it all the butter to one side. Just mix in the baking powder and all that stuff. So 1, and this is chilled shortening. You always want to use all your items cold. 2, 3. One more. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what we're going to use is the pastry cutter to cut in the shortening into the flour. So let's cut. I want to get the pieces. And if you have a food processor, you could actually do that as well. I'm going to be cutting in the pastry in, and I'm making a mess all over the place. I hope you guys are having some great weather wherever you are. It's beautiful here in Delaware. We're supposed to be getting a storm this weekend, but as it is right now, it's a beautiful day. Feels like spring still, which is kind of scary, being that we're almost in November. What's the weather at where you're at? What's the weather look like wherever you are? Okay, so if you look at that, our shortening is really in nice small pieces incorporated into there. I'm just going to do a little bit more. You want a good even distribution of that shortening. Alright, and so now I'm going to make a little well around here where I'm going to pour in my buttermilk. These are buttermilk biscuits, and so for buttermilk biscuits, you need buttermilk. 64 degrees. All right. So I got, wow, that's awesome. What I had left was exactly what I needed. 1 cup of buttermilk, and I did not plan that out. That's awesome. Because if not, we'd have been going to the store. All right, so I've got my buttermilk, and what we're going to do now is stir this baby up. All right. Not going to add any more liquid now. You only want to just stir enough just to incorporate the liquid into the flour. And some people have a number. I don't really have a number. I just know when. That's about it. That's about it. Okay. You don't want to do a whole lot with this because you don't want to work the gluten too much, because if you work the gluten too much, you're not going to have flaky biscuits. So there we go. That's enough. You see all the flour has pulled away from the sides for the most part. It's gotten wet, and that's really all I want to do is just get it a little bit wet. So let me pull all this stuff out, wash my hands, get ready for the fun. And the fun is rolling and cutting these biscuits. All right. So I'm going to throw some flour on my board. I'm going to take my dough. Now I'm going to just get it all together. Throw a little flour on top. Okay. I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to fold it just a couple times. Once again, we don't want to overwork the dough. The dough is nice and cold still because of the cold items in it. And that's what you want. I'm going to just flatten and fold one more time, and that's it. And then, there we go. So you got a nice dough here. We're going to roll that dough out. All right. So I'm just going to lightly flour the top of that. Flour my rolling pin. And instead of let's go, let's roll. Let's roll. I don't know what that little black spot is, but I don't want her. All right, so that's about the thickness I want from that. Now, like I said, I had a cutter, but I can't find my cutters. I bought like a whole bag of them, and so I'm just gonna go with this lid that went off of a spice thing. I'm gonna flour it up a little bit so that nothing sticks to it. Flour the edges, and we're going to cut. You want to try to get as close to each one as possible so you don't waste anything. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 13 biscuits. And I'm going to make them in my cast iron pan. All right, so I'm going to put them right into my cast iron pan. I buttered the pan, and I also floured the pan as well so that nothing would stick to it. So now let me get a little knife to aid me from getting these off the counter. There we go. Put my biscuit here, and I'm gonna try to get them to touch a little bit. It's gonna help them to rise, go a little bit higher than by themselves. You know, whenever you do things together, it actually helps everybody to rise. Being by yourself sucks. All right. Let me get this over here so you can see it a little bit better. Now, I could roll out another batch after this. Every time you roll out another batch, just think about it. The biscuits are not going to be as flaky. And so, nothing wrong with doing that. And by all means, if you can, go right ahead and do so. But I'm not going to today because I'm going to use this dough and make some cinnamon and sugar roll-ups for the kids. And so I think they'll appreciate that. So all I got to do is take that biscuit dough, put some butter on, roll it out to one large one, put some butter on it, some cinnamon, some sugar. You know what? I'm not gonna, this last one's not gonna fit. I'm trying to make it fit, but I'll just take that one that I kind of smushed up. All right, so there is our biscuits that are gonna now go into the oven. Let's do this. Oven is at 475. And we're gonna put our biscuits in. Biscuits for about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes. So that should be enough time for us to get our sausage gravy going and even completed. All right, so let me just talk to you over here for a second because I gotta clean this mess up. All right, let me see. You never made homemade biscuits? Sassy says she's never made homemade biscuits. Candace says, can you make some brown bread? Okay. All right, I'm gonna put that down. No, he eats says he hates gluten. Yeah. No, you don't hate gluten, but I know who hates gluten. Idaho's real nice. Put the ingredients on the vid. Yeah, I can do that. It's gonna take me a little more time. I've just been lazy. Been lazy, guys. I'm sorry. I do have other things I do as well, but I should make it a little easier for you as well. So I will. I'm learning along the way, but thank you for the suggestion, and it is noted. Let me get this cleaned up. We got a little bit of time. Also, another thing that I want to do, and I haven't spoken with him yet, but he is on right now. So No Eat Eats, who is my older brother by 1 year, I want you to one day just bring a basket of items, and I cook them like in Chopped. I always wanted to be on Chopped and just have a basket of items and just figure out what to cook right at that moment with them. So I think that'll make a good show. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think that will make a good show. So let's put some pressure on Mr. No Eat Eats, who's online right now. Matter of fact, No Eat Eats, have you put up any videos yet? If so, let the public know, let everybody know. And but it would be nice to be able to get you to come and bring me a basket of items. That would be kind of awesome. Don't bring me anything that's gonna stump me though, like chicken feet or nothing crazy like that. I don't mess with chicken feet, and I'm not even gonna try to make that tasty because it repulses me. I remember going to my father's house and he was making chicken feet, and so he asked me if I wanted something to eat, and I opened the pan and I saw all these little feet like this, and they look like little Freddy Krueger claws just looking at me, and I couldn't believe that he was even cooking that. Our father's from the Dominican Republic, and so I guess, you know, you use what you have over there, but I'm from America, and we don't have to eat chicken feet, so we don't eat chicken feet. Right? Freedom might like chicken feet. Freedom, Liberty, you might like chicken feet, but I don't like chicken feet. Messing with you, buddy. Messing with you. You really might, though. All right, so we're going to now get set up to show off our chicken gravy. Not chicken gravy, our sausage gravy. All right, so I'm going to move my items over here for demonstration purposes, and I'm also going to use a little bit of chicken bouillon in my sausage gravy. All right. All right, so let me show you what we're working with. Sausage gravy. Oh, I forgot one important ingredient for the sausage gravy. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. Butter. Butter. All right. So here's our ingredients for the sausage gravy. We've got some onion, about a quarter cup of diced onion and diced green pepper, some black pepper, some garlic or garlic powder, whichever is your choice, half and half. Salt to taste, might not need it depending upon if we're going to be using this, and this is going to be salty. This is the chicken bouillon, And then I'm using the Jimmy Dean regular sausage. Oh yeah, I also want to add just a tad bit of sage. So I'm going to use a little bit of sage in mine as well. And yeah, so let's go. Let's do this. Oh yeah, and I did see you can add some cayenne pepper as well. A little bit of spice. You know what? There's nobody here but me. Usually I stay away from the spice because some of my family members don't like the spice, but I do. So I'm gonna do just that. Get the cayenne and throw a little cayenne pepper in there. Maybe a lot of cayenne pepper in there too. So that's good. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna first get my Jimmy Dean. Yeah, thank you, James Shrimp Fajitas, for that idea of the cayenne. Thank you for bringing it to me. Get my pan heated up. I'm gonna get my tripod to make life a little bit easier. I'm learning my lessons, Freedom. Set up my tripod. And let's get this party started. Sausage gravy. All right. Jimmy Dean sausage. Matter of fact, I know we got some good old Southerners online right now. I love Jimmy Dean, but what's your favorite pork sausage? What is your favorite pork sausage? Is there a better brand than Jimmy Dean? And if so, who is it? All right, so I'm going to put my Jimmy Dean on here. And they have a lot of different varieties, flavors. They've got the sage. They've got country, mild. They've got hot. So they had a whole bunch of different varieties. I'm just going to go with that. Shrimp. James Fajita says he uses the hot. Candace says, slap your mama in the gravy. What? You know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let me find my slap your mama. Are you talking about slap your mama? You talking about slap your mama? You know what? We're going to slap your mama today. We're going to slap your mama today. All right. Y'all asked for it. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Yes. All right. So we're going to let that cook down for a little bit. Hey, mama. We're not really talking about your mom. We're not going to slap your mom. It's just a spice. Just a spice. Just a seasoning, rather. Just a seasoning, so. Now, there are two ways of thinking about making gravy as far as when you make your roux. That's the other thing. I forgot to mention that you're going to use some flour in this. We're going to use approximately 4 tablespoons of flour. And I do everything in one pot. Once this cooks, I add my roux right to it. Some people make a separate roux in another pan, or take everything out of this pan. I'm going to do everything right in the same pan. So we're going to use the drippings that come off of this pork sausage. So I'm trying to make the sausage as flat as possible. First of all, it's going to cook quicker that way. And then second of all, I don't want giant lumps. I want lumps, but I don't want giant lumps of sausage. So I want them in nice, small pieces. A little bit fell on the floor. If I had a dog, he'd come and eat that up. But no dogs in my house. No dogs in my house. I'm allergic to most dogs anyway, and cats. Definitely can't have cats. So for you pet lovers out there, Instead of dogs and cats, I have children. Children. You use a potato masher. You know what? Let me try that. You guys, I'm glad to have you guys on here. The potato masher. Candace says use a potato masher. Well, Candace, let's see how that works out. Okay, let's see. It's all stuck in it. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, I see that. Candace? Good idea. Good idea. All right, so now I'm going to add my vegetables to that. And I'm going to add the butter and the vegetables. So 4 tablespoons of butter. Someone's at my door. All right, well, it was just a FedEx guy delivering a package. All right, so let's add those veggies in there. Some people don't add the green peppers because they want that white gravy. I just like the flavor of the green peppers, so if you don't like it, that's on you. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic. I'm using the squeezable type. Makes life a little bit easier. Yeah, I thought it was a neighbor too. Somebody smelling the food. And then I also thought, I wonder if my brother was on his way here. But I know he's at work. I remember I was cooking one day. I was living in a different place, and my window was up, and somebody was walking by, and they commented while my window was open of how good everything smelled. And I asked them if he wanted a plate, and they got a plate. They had no problems getting a plate. I gave them a plate to go, and yeah. Food makes everybody friendly one to another. All right. So that looks pretty good so far. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to now throw in my 4 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to make my roux right in here. Now, in order to do this good, you need a whisk. You need a whisk. Okay? So I'm throwing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And I'm just going to whisk that in. Now I'm just gonna let that cook just a little bit. My roux cook a tad bit. Those flavors. If you remember this is very similar to what we were doing with the gumbo, isn't it? If you haven't seen the gumbo recipe, check that gumbo recipe out on my page. It is delicious. Uh-oh, we got somebody, okay. They weren't trying to get out. All right, so now, I got a little burn, a little sausage burn. All right, now I'm gonna add my half and half. And I'm gonna do 4 cups. 4 cups of half and half. And I'm gonna whisk that in real good. Now I'm whisking. Make sure we don't get any lumps. Some folk use their wooden spoons. I like my whisk. I like the whisk. It ensures, for me, it ensures that nice creaminess and nothing, no lumps. I don't like lumps in my gravy. All right, I'm gonna just set that fire down just a little bit. Look at that. Don't that look good? Ha! Looking good. Looking good. Okay, let me get myself. All right, so look at that gravy. So now to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. If you got the cubes, you can use the cubes. Just crush them up before you put them in there. That way, before you put them in, crush them up. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of that cayenne. You know what? Oh, I forgot. Slap Your Mama. Because Slap Your Mama has that cayenne in it as well. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Yeah. You know what? Hey, why not a little bit of both? That ain't gonna hurt nothing, is it? A little bit of cayenne and Slap Your Mama. And I'm using some sage. I'm just going to throw a little bit of sage in there. Sage just smells so wonderful. Now, I'm going to kind of grind my, because this is like a leaf sage, so I'm just going to kind of grind it a little bit. That way I don't get no huge chunks of sage in there. So a little bit of sage, and of course you got to have some black pepper. I'm using the a little coarser black pepper because I like that in here. I like a little coarse cracked black pepper. Alright, so I'm going to let that just continue to cook down. I mean, this could be served right now if you wanted to serve right now. Alright. So I'm going to let that cook down, and right before I serve it, I'm just going to probably add 1 more cup of half and half. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Just gonna add one more cup of half and half, so it doesn't get way too thick on it. Let me. You know what? Adding that sage to it really helped. This is some awesome sausage gravy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, I really wish y'all could taste this. I really wish you could taste it. I know it's hard sitting here and looking at somebody cook this delicious food, but you got the recipes, and cook something for you and for your family. I got an email from Sazzy yesterday. She sent me a picture, and she recreated the bacon wrapped, stuffed, and it was chicken. Bacon, the stuffed chicken wrapped in bacon. And she said she made it for her family and that her daughter loved it. And that just made me feel good that, you know, these recipes aren't just, you know, something we're just throwing out on YouTube, but they're actually something that are adding value to people, that you're able to share them with your friends and your family members, and that makes me feel good. So I'm glad that even though we can't be right here in the same room with one another, that at least, you know, I can give to you and you can give to me. Because already today we've seen that already. We've seen Candace is giving me some ideas. James Shrimp Fajitas give me some ideas, and I probably have even more that I haven't read yet on here, but it's a good thing. So, all right, this sausage gravy. Yeah, let me turn that off. I did turn it down though, so it's not scorching, but you're right. I better turn that off now so it doesn't scorch. See, added some value right there. Again, I got caught up in a sentimental moment. But let's get back. All right, we're getting ready to go look at these biscuits. They should be about ready. Okay. I gotta get some butter for my biscuits to brush on top of my biscuits. So let me do that real quick. They should be done. Matter of fact, I should have brushed some butter on it even before I put them in there, and then also after it came out. But oh well, I forgot. I'm trying to remember all this stuff. So we're gonna plate this up in just a moment. Plate up some biscuits. Oh, that is high. You can't see me. Y'all didn't see anything I was doing. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to do something. Real quick. I'm going to cook myself an egg. Myself an egg because I actually love some eggs over top of this as well. So, get Sid to work the camera. I wish I could. I wish he were home. I wish I could. But he's in Arizona serving our country. And matter of fact, right now he's not even in Arizona. Right now he's in Idaho until the 8th of November. He's on some sort of training exercise in Idaho. And I think somebody said that they're in Idaho. So I don't know. I think somebody on there said the weather in Idaho. So, all right. get ready to get this out the oven. Let me get my pot holder. Got these there biscuits out. Get my little brush. Rinse this thing off. My little brush for butter brush. And we've got our biscuits. And biscuits are flowing well. They don't rise as much as I wanted them to though. I guess I probably didn't make it as thick as I thought I would. Here, come on, take a look. Sazzy, love you too, dear. Love you too. A lot of love going around here. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush a little bit of butter on top of these biscuits. And actually, I probably should have took these out just a few minutes earlier. Yeah, I probably should have. I knew I should have. I know I should have took them out just a little bit earlier. Next time, set your timer. I get to talking and talking and talking, but they're gonna be good biscuits. Never. Oh, you know what? Look at that! Look at that! Oh, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? The flakiness on that. They are, that is perfect. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that biscuit. Ain't nothing wrong with that biscuit. Ain't nothing wrong with that biscuit. You know what? I'll take 3 of these. I should have made it just a little bit thicker though. Yeah, I like that inside softness, that bready. Oh my goodness, but nevertheless, it's still delicious biscuit. Egg not even on yet, brother. I'm gonna cook my egg. I'm gonna fry myself a little egg up real quick. Let's plate this stuff up. Alrighty. I just like to poke a little bit in them whites. Whites don't ever get done all the way for me. I do the over easy usually, but today I'm just gonna probably try to do a sunny side up because I think visually it's going to be a little bit better. But I want to make sure that those whites are cooked if I'm going to do a sunny side up egg. Some of y'all might have a better strategy on these eggs than I do. And if so, please let me know. And see, I don't mind that little crispiness on there. I like those crispy ends. I don't know if I'm strange. I don't know if I'm a strange person like that, but that's what I like. Alright, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of salt on that. And where'd that black pepper go? Where's black pepper? Oh, here it is. A little black pepper on there. And that egg's ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to plate up my biscuits. I got my biscuits plated up. I'll throw my sausage gravy on there. Mr. No Eat Eats, you better come on down, man. And then we're gonna get that egg and throw that egg right on top. You know what? I'm feeling a little frisky today. Throw a little gravy on, a little bit on the sides of them eggs too. Huh? What y'all think? What y'all think? And just for the money shot, for that pretty money shot, I'm going to just throw a little bit of this parsley on the sides. Parsley on the sides. And I think I'm going to slap your mama just a little bit more. Hold on. Let me wipe that off of there. I'm going to slap your mama just a little bit more on top. Boom! Come on. Oh, no, y'all didn't see. Y'all didn't even see. What is this? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? All right. Now's the fun part. Now's my fun part. My fun part. Eating this. See how we're gonna do this. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna get a little of that in there. This don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. I'm sorry to do that. I'm sorry to do that to y'all. And it's probably a whole lot more torture for No We Eats, because he's closest to us right now. Yo, you need to come on your lunch break and come get some of this. This is, I'm not even joking. This is awesome. That Slap Your Mama seasoning, that recommendation has put this over the top. Man. Alright, y'all. I ain't gonna torture you like this no more. This has been fun, educational, inspirational, all that good stuff. Most of all, I've got an appointment with a plate that's got my name on it. Thank you for coming, being in my home once again. Domingo at Real Home Cooking. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you haven't already, please share this video and all the other videos. I'm trying to take this channel, #1 cooking channel in YouTube. I'm gonna need your help. Let people know about it. Post it on Facebook. Post it in your groups. Share the recipes with other people. And thanks once again for coming in and just being with us here at Real Home Cooking. Until next time, next week, same time, right here. Put your Friday food wish right now. Put your Friday food wish for next Friday in the comments below. I'm gonna take a look at them, and then we'll find out what we're cooking on next week. Oh, as a matter of fact, today, this show was dedicated to Freedom Liberty, who gave me this recommendation for cooking sausage, gravy, and biscuits. And thank you, Freedom. I'm gonna thank you even a little bit more in just a moment. God bless. Take care. Till next time. Bye. Ciao.